Good evening, friends. Welcome back to my channel, Infinite Trade. So let's begin our analysis for Nifty and Bank Nifty for tomorrow. Before we begin the analysis, I saw that very little people watched my video that I posted yesterday, which was the weekly review and the analysis for today. So despite the fact that today's market is over, but I would want you all to actually go and watch that video. Okay, especially people who did not watch it, do watch it, because whatever uh, prediction that we did yesterday, it worked out. But that happens every now and then, right? So I post my analysis video every day, and most of the time the analysis works out correctly. And if the market opens as per our planning, definitely it reaches all the targets that I give, and it is an easy process. But yesterday in my video I shared a lot of other information which has a very significance, to actually make up your mind how the market moves. So I shared a lot of data. I showed you all how the position was changed by the FIIs. They made loss initially, and then again they shifted their positions, but again they made loss. And how did they cover? So a lot of things I have explained in that. So please definitely watch that video. It is not going to benefit me because I learned that, but it's an hard work and an effort that I put so that others also learn that easily and understand the market in a better way. Okay, I am a price action trader. People who follow me, they definitely know it. But despite being a price action trader, I always give importance to the data because, see, you can be a price action trader, you can follow technical indicators throughout your life, you can follow data and take your position based on that. There are a lot of people who just take position based on option chain. So there are a variety of traders. But these days retailers like traders like price action traders. So I'm already a price action trader, but understand at the same time you're also observing that how FIs are working, how they are changing their positions, how they are shifting their positions. So it gives a lot of insights to us as to how we should take our positions. So people who did not watch that video, please definitely watch it. Now let's jump into the analysis. So today's market was plain and simple. It worked exactly as per our analysis. The only thing is the gap down was too much. So newbies would have had a problem in taking the entries. I'll just give you a simple example. Whenever you see a gap down, okay, this is a price action technique. Whenever you see a very big gap down, first thing is I always tell people that wait until 10:30 a.m. Do not do anything. Okay, understand where the market is at 10:30 a.m. So I'm just giving an example in this. So let's see where is 10:30. Okay, so 10:30 is this particular candle. Okay, so I'm just marking it. So this candle is 10:30 a.m. So we'll try and understand, like, let's shift it to a 5 minutes time frame. Okay, and as per 5 minutes time frame, this particular candle is 10:30. Let me mark it. I think this candle. Okay, so when you watch this, what did you understand? So the first thing that I do is I mark this range. Okay, since this is a gap down and there was a big candle here, we can avoid this extra bit, but this was the one that is actually important. So within 10:30, what I understood is market is in a range. So what I'm supposed to do, either I should wait for this area to break out, or I should wait for this area to break out. What happened? It broke out this area in the afternoon, like after 2 p.m. Then it was a straight fall. So it broke 37,200, and from there it went up to 36,800. 400 points fall is more than enough, okay, for traders like us. So if you buy an put option, obviously you get around 200 points in an option, which is pretty decent. So this is how you plan a trade when there is a very big gap up or a gap down. Okay, so Now let's move into our analysis. So the first thing that, like we always do, we are checking participant wise OI, and if you look at participant wise OI, this is FIs. See, the entire figure is very small. Okay, this is like I would say FIs did not create any positions in derivatives. Okay, whatever position that they created yesterday, they had future short. Okay, they had about I think roughly around 26,000 call sell, and we saw that there were around 49,000 put buy. Okay, so everything is in profit, and definitely they booked it. Okay, this was clearly evident during the price action, and after booking this, they have just created very small positions. Okay, so just about 2,000 call sell and 1,600 put buy and 2,900 future short. So this is not a figure that comes from FI, especially on a Monday. Okay, why this is happening? Because of the global news like the Russia and Ukraine effect, we saw a gap down, and today India VIX has increased by almost 24%. Okay, so whenever the VIX increases, there is always a chance of a very big gap up or a very big gap down the next day, and no one would be able to predict it till the time everything settles down. So because of this, we can see that they do not have any aggressive position, or they did not do any sort of a speculation. Okay, but look at pros. They have future short, heavy call sell, and very little put sell. So this is completely bearish. So what will happen, or what can happen tomorrow? Let me tell you the first thing. Okay, we are following FIIs. So a lot of people are following FIIs. Even pros do that. Retailers do that. Okay, the first thing that, like we are discussing this data, the first thing that pros would do is they'll see this data and they'll be in a fear. What sort of a fear? That FIs are not carrying any position, so maybe they'll create a fresh position tomorrow. So since they do not have any position and they have naked call sell, okay, I'm talking about pros, they're already going to sleep with fear. Okay, keep this in mind. So they'll already have 50% fear that FIs, because everyone knows that FIs are like they move the market, they are experienced, and they are the king of this particular market, and we tend to follow them, and we catch that running train and we make some money and we come out of it. So pros today will definitely be in fear, at least 50%. Why 50%? Because they know that FS did not create any position, so they are already in fear. Like, we have created so many short positions, what is going to happen tomorrow? So imagine tomorrow if the market is going to gap up, this fear is going to change to 100%. And now imagine if this has to change to 100%, and if they have to book this 2,11,000 call, if they have to exit this, imagine the kind of trouble they are going to have, because FIs will create the new position, and at the same time they have to exit, pros have to exit this position, or at least reduce it to some extent. So definitely the market is going to be volatile. So this is what I want to explain. Okay, so now we know that pros are bearish and FIs are neutral, or let's consider they did not create any position, they are going to create it tomorrow. Now let's move to the, okay, let's discuss open interest also. Open interest isn't that great. We all know that the market continuously kept on falling, so obviously we have strong resistances, we saw enough number of call sells, but definitely put, we do not have much of a support, but eventually I think tomorrow we may create a support, because market cannot just keep on falling like this. And let's look at Nifty. Okay, so if you look at Nifty, definitely there is downside fear. put writers are on their back foot, and call writers have been significantly aggressive in selling the call options. Okay, so Nifty is under pressure and Bank Nifty doesn't look under pressure. This is what we can understand from the option chain. Now let's quickly discuss the charts. So simple, see, I'm just putting it on a 15 minutes time frame. I have marked some lines. Okay, see, this is my monthly support. Bank Nifty somehow tried to reach this monthly support. So that is around 36,375, but definitely we are going to test that. There is no second thought to it. But right now, so these are the ranges. Okay, I have marked a line at 37,800, and then at 38,160, and then at 37,212. Okay, below this is my target, 36,375. So just keep this 1, 2, 3, 4 lines in your chart. This is more than enough. So what should be our strategy? I'm sorry, Rasai. Okay, our strategy is going to be simple. See, today in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, we have some big red candle, something like this. Okay, so usually I always say, and now even you all might understand, that usually after a big candle we always see a halt candles kind of a thing. And how can the market halt? This cannot halt if it is opening flat, because if it's opening flat, the seller would put pressure, break the swing, and the fall is going to continue. Okay, this is like a flowing water, no one can stop it if it opens flat. But imagine if it is opening somewhere here, then obviously this particular target is close by, so everyone would look to book their profits, and eventually the market will just rise above, and it may, like close somewhere here, so which becomes a candle like this. So this is a red candle and with a slight gap down, and then it is closing above. And the second thing, or the second opportunity, is to make a halt candle, it should do a significant gap up. So say if it is opening above 37,200, then obviously the market would try and sustain, or even if it is coming down, it is going to take support at this place, and eventually it can remain sideways also. So tomorrow we may expect a halt candle, and that is only possible either if we do a very big gap up or a gap down. So keep this in mind. So now let's see how we should plan our trade. So the first thing is, if we are opening flat, let's say within this range, okay, if you're opening flat and if you're breaking this immediately, so whichever time frame, if it is breaking this swing, immediately we're going to buy our put option, and our first target is going to be 36,400. Okay, and then we may not see a bigger fall, maybe, because definitely we cannot continue a fall like 4% every day. So I think we'll book at 36,400, and maybe we'll shut down the computer and just go and relax. If it is opening flat and it is moving up, we are not going to do anything. Okay, let it move. We will only buy call option above 37,200. See, the market is bearish. Okay, Nifty is definitely bearish, and Bank Nifty is also being dragged by Nifty, so it's definitely bearish. So every opportunity, if we get the market at a higher price, definitely we can look an opportunity to buy a put or sell a call. But since we are intraday traders, we can definitely do some opposite directional trading also. So what we'll do is, we'll not do anything until it comes here, and then once you may buy a put, not recommended, but this will at least give a dip until this place. Okay, only when it is opening flat and moving onto this place, or in case if we open gap up at 37,200, and if you see a red candle or a reversal candle, then also you can take a trade. In that case, this low should be your target, because we do not know if this low is going to be breached or not. So opening here and breaching this low becomes easier, but opening here and going up and then coming down and breaking it, or opening with a gap up and then breaking it, it becomes difficult. So that is the only logic behind it. So if it is goes higher, will not do anything, and if it starts spending time here and then if it gives a breakout, is only when we can go and buy a call option. Okay, but otherwise any gap up opening here, if you see a red candle, immediately we can trade for this particular target. And maybe after some time, if it is making any price action and if it's breaking the price action and then breaking this low, definitely we can again go for a put option here. Okay, and no suggestion on buying a call, at least for tomorrow, because see, there will be a lot of changes in the positions like we discussed in the participant wise OI. So this is my view for Bank Nifty, and any significant gap up, say if we are gapping up above this 37,200, then definitely we may see the market to be very choppy and sideways. So we'll avoid that if it is opening with a very big gap up. And likewise, I said, wait until 10:30. If you understand a price action like what it has formed, you can trade that particular price action. Now let's quickly discuss Nifty. Okay, so Nifty, these are the lines that I have put. So you don't have to put so many lines. Okay, the first thing is this was my weekly support and it has already breached it. So even I am a little worried, because see what happens is, let me just show you on a bigger time frame. Okay, so last time we made a low of 16,400. So this is the one that I'm talking about, 16,410. And then second time, this was the low, 16,800. Just a second. Yeah, so this was the low, 16,800. So this particular area, this area is like vacant land, anyone can capture it. So if it comes to this place now, then the fall will be tremendous. Okay, it is going to straight away stop at 16,400. So 400 points, I do not want Nifty to do that tomorrow at least. But any significant gap up tomorrow, no, then just remember one thing, today's low is going to be the low for this particular week. Okay, so now let's quickly discuss our intraday time frame. I'm sorry I'm taking a bit long in this video, because see, at times I need to share some information which I know, and it may be helpful to you all. Okay, so tomorrow what we are going to do is, so Nifty call option buy will only be above this point. Okay, above this will buy call. So when do we buy call? If it is opening flat and if it is going here, we are not interested. Okay, not interested. And in case it is opening with a very big gap up, then also immediately we are not interested. But if you see a very good green candle, maybe like in a 5 minutes time frame or something, and if the next candle is immediately breaching it, then we may enter. Okay, because people who are stuck here may short cover and we may see a rally upwards, and that rally can take it up to 1700 also. Okay, so this is one of the possibility when we have to buy a call option. Second, if we are opening flat and if we are breaking this, definitely we are going to sit in buy a put, and the target is ideally 16,400, because I do not see any other support in between. But people who wish to book it earlier and not confident in waiting for a 400 point fall may use their pivot points to actually set up your target. Any gap down, we are definitely not going to buy a put, because we may see a sharp recovery also, and which may eventually like come up and then give a close on a daily candle. So any gap down, look for an opportunity to buy, but based on price action. There are a lot of techniques, like you can watch RSI and divergence, and some data also, like understand what's happening in the option chain, things like that. So after like tomorrow's, when FIs create their position, I think we'll get a clear picture. But right now market looks volatile and sideways, probably if it makes a significant gap up or a gap down. Okay, and in any case, if it is Nifty's opening flat and just going up, here again we'll see a reversal candle and buy a put definitely here. See, why I'm telling you put is because we know that the trend is bearish, so obviously every high that it makes, we'll try and get into the put side. But if it is breaking this level, we'll not look for put until and unless it reaches 17,100. So this is my view for Nifty and Bank Nifty tomorrow, guys. I hope I'm able to explain a lot of things, and in case if you have any questions, definitely put it into the comment. I can reply and I can cover that in a video. Thank you for watching. Let's meet in another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.